Kenny Green, raw perspective, concrete and steel. Hey, dig it. I want to share a situation, right? I have a property I was letting a gentleman work on, a contractor, right? We met through a mutual friend. So he gave me a price for some things and we did some business and we did it again and did some good business. But then we had a little discrepancy because he wasn't willing to give me a receipt for the work and pricing of installing a furnace. He said, well, if I see the prices, I'm going to feel a certain way about paying him all the money. And I'm like, man, how do you even come to some conclusion like that? We agreed on the price. I need the receipt for my records to do the next thing that I may need to do, you know? So I kind of doubled down and said, nah, well, we're not going to move no further. I waited some time, you know what I'm saying? And I thought about it. You know, I said, well, man, you know, we talked again. I said, man, you know, so he wound up giving me a receipt. It was probably makeshift, right? And there were certain things he needed to finish to complete the job. So the guy that introduced us said he's worrying that I won't pay him when he does it. But bro, how can you get paid in full when you didn't even finish? It's like, yo, you got half the money, you finish the job, you get the other half. He's saying, nah, I need to get all my money. So I'm saying, okay, I'm thinking future, I'm thinking possibility. Maybe I'll use them again. This might be a hurdle that we just need to overcome. So I said, guess what? This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to send you the money and I'm going to give you the opportunity to get ahead of me. Right? So I sent him the money. So he do a couple of little things, right? And there's something I needed to do so he could do. So when I got to where I'm going, I fixed that. And guess what he does? He wants to justify now, oh man, the way you deal with me, I don't like that. So I said, well, look, we don't have to be bothered with each other anymore. Just finish what you got paid for. So like a sucker, he never showed back up. Now there was a couple of ways I could handle it. From where I'm from and how things usually done, I could get down with the get down, and y'all know what that means, or I could just let this dude go and get out my way. And sometimes when people get a little ahead of you, let them go ahead. Let them go ahead. And this is an example of how a lot of people do their business. So I felt maybe some, misunderstanding, some tight spots. Go ahead, take that. Take that. Let's work. Let's work. But some people work is, I'm going to get ahead of you. And then I'm going to cheat the relationship that we're trying to do. Now, it wasn't a lot of money, but it wasn't about the money. It was about somebody that I took a shot with to try to do something. Because everybody complained about we don't support each other. We don't do business with each other. But this lack of professionalism and how you handle that is sometimes the reason you don't. So before you complain that people don't do business a certain way, you need to do business a certain way. And that way, you can hold people accountable. But if you're not going to do business a certain way, you can't hold people accountable. Concrete and steel.